All right, we live.
We live.
Starting off fresh with KPG. We starting off fresh with KPG. We started off first talking with G. We started off first talking with G. Then we went and added Corey. Added Prince, that's KPG. We started off fresh with KPG. Added Prince, now it's KPG. Added Prince, now it's KPG. And we just talking with KPG.
What up, baby? Welcome to Talking with KPG. I'm your boy G. To my right here, now we got Chuck with the Commanders. What up, Brody?
What's happening?
Man, another day, another dollar, baby. Another day, another dollar.
Another $2 for Uncle Sam.
Hey, man, we like to welcome everybody out there to the show. Episode 102, Season 2. And we have our dog, everybody's dog, Mr. Hot and Spicy Chicken himself, Corey Davis.
What's happening, fellas? My bad, man. Something going on with you.
He's trying to get situated, y'all. Trying to get situated.
They trying to get situated. Look, my new investment is failing me.
Oh, you got something else over there, bro?
No, the same one. Look, that this is the part where your children have answers to make, you know. Hey, who been in here?
Well, I take that back. I said everybody's dog. Well, James said you are not his dog, Corey. I apologize. But your number one fan, Mike F. Welcome to the show. F stands for fact checker.
Fact checker.
He's only here for Corey. The hell with me and Chuck.
Yeah, we been having me and Mike been having our own show all day. I want to get y'all opinion because Mike doesn't seem to think that the Dolphins have been making moves. I ain't gonna lie, he had me fact checking him. I mean, the Dolphins have made over 20 moves before we get all into this. But listen, do y'all feel like the Dolphins are making some headway? I do.
Yeah, based on what happened today.
Especially that today. You're right.
No, I feel like they've been trying to make. I feel like they're trying to go all in.
They're trying.
They don't have an all-in team, so we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I've been trying to help him understand. I mean, y'all look good this year, but
not so fast, young fella. Not so fast.
I know, right?
All right, fellas.
We got my dog Chuck with the Commanders gonna host the show today, man. So hey, I'm gonna let you have it, bro. Let's get it.
All right, let's get it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out. We got an interesting show today. But we're gonna say the best topics for last because they always seem to take so long. We have so much to say all the time. So we're gonna start out with March Madness. So I guess the biggest thing is we know if we have one Cinderella in there, do we think it's going to be another Cinderella coming out of the Sweet 16? No, there have been some upsets. That upset busted my bracket, got me in the red.
Right. I guess the only real upset I can see happening, besides St. Peter's, like you just said, is for me Michigan, because I definitely did not expect Michigan to be this far. They have a very tough game against Villanova tomorrow. So if they can get past Villanova, man, they are looking good. They beat some pretty tough teams already. So I hate to say it, but yeah, Michigan be another sleeper team or a Cinderella team, like you said.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Purdue, man. I think Purdue because I like the momentum that St. Peter's is on. I'm going with Purdue, going down.
Mhm.
And I mean, do you consider that would still be an upset, correct?
Oh, that would be a big upset.
I'm good.
If St. Pete beat Purdue,
Yeah.
and make it to the regional final, oh, that would be a major upset. I guess Corey got mad at us. Oh, he coming back.
No. I had look.
Oh, he went.
I had to reboot, shake it up, blow the Nintendo cartridge.
But yeah, I think that'd be a major upset. 15 beating the 3 and get it to the regional final. And the way they play basketball, it could justifiably happen too.
Facts. Go ahead. My bad.
So what do you think? Do you think Miami?
That was gonna be my sleeper. Miami's gonna be my sleeper.
Okay.
You know what's great? Prince, he been talking Miami for weeks now. And I don't know if he chose Miami as one of his I guess end of the year darlings, but he been on it. He been on that bandwagon for a while.
Larissa say you cheating, Corey.
You talking about Mike F?
Now I said Larissa said Corey is cheating.
Oh.
I ain't cheating. You ain't cheating, you ain't trying, but ain't nothing to cheat with.
I guess because you got a little bit ahead of us, so she say you cheating now.
So Corey.
Oh, am I ahead of her? Yeah.
Are you talking about Mike F? We're talking about Miami, Corey, or Prince?
Prince had it. I think ain't Prince. He was on. He chose him, right?
No, Franklin. Mike F.
Is it me? Am I? Mike Franklin.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh Lord.
Hey, I'm gonna ask y'all a trick question here. See if you know the answer.
Okay.
It's 3 teams that the men and the women are both in the Sweet 16.
Mm-hmm.
3 universities had the men and women both in the Sweet 16. Y'all know who they are?
I know one. UConn is one.
UConn? No.
And Villanova? No, UConn ain't. UConn girl. UConn boy.
UConn men not in it.
All right, I'm out then. I'm out. Look. All right, I'm out.
Michigan is one of them.
Villanova?
Yep. Michigan. Michigan. I don't know the other. I don't. That's the thing I'm saying. I don't know the other 3.
South Carolina.
North Carolina. North Carolina women and men.
Yep, North Carolina.
Duke.
No,
not Duke. Duke women's not in it.
Zach, what girls and boys Sweet 16 are both in right now together?
it's one more.
Who have you said so far?
North Carolina and Michigan.
That's all I know.
That's how you know the Wolverine. Miami?
Nope.
Yeah,
No.
Why don't you ask Siri, Corey?
I will. If we can't get it, don't worry.
You got
never let me down.
Is it Providence?
No.
It's not Loyola Chicago, is it?
No.
I don't know the third one.
Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Man, Chuck got a silent Siri tonight.
Yeah.
You're not to say Siri.
No,
How's everybody doing?
I already knew the answer.
Oh, okay. How's everybody doing?
Oh man, doing great, man.
Doing good.
Awesome.
Let's welcome my dog A to the Z Media Network, Big Country. My boy Zach, man. Welcome to the show, homie.
Thanks for having me. Hope everybody's doing well.
Oh man, doing great. Hey, the host today is Chuck with Commanders.
What's are you guys working on a new name, or that's what I heard? That was a little rumor.
Yeah.
Word on the street.
We got a name coming up. We got a name coming up.
Hey, y'all heard about the little Cinderella, not Cinderella story, but the heartfelt story about the coach from Notre Dame whose son is playing for Purdue?
No.
Yeah, the head coach for Notre Dame, her son is the starting point guard for Purdue, and they predicted him to go pro.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
And as I said on the show multiple times, I said Michigan was going to do well in the tournament, and that Eli Brooks, 717 from Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, from my area, that was going to be a late second-round pick, fifth-year senior, and he's been playing excellent. So shout out to Eli Brooks and the Brooks family.
That's
717,
right?
I work with his father, James. So good family, great kid. He's gonna make someone's NBA roster at some point.
So Zach, what's your prediction for Michigan?
Michigan, I did the little ESPN bracket thing. I couldn't do your guys. I don't know why I told you the link wouldn't load, but I had them going to the Elite Eight, and then I have them losing, but they could easily get to the Final Four. They've been a good tournament team under Juwan Howard. They haven't lost until the Sweet 16 under Juwan Howard. We hate the Clown Boys. But they've been a pretty good tournament team considering they're not the blue chip as far as they don't get the one-and-done prospects and the really, really highly touted players coming out of high school. So they do good with what they have, and they're doing really well right now.
So they would definitely beat Villanova.
I got to believe it. Their hearts have been broken by Villanova twice in the Final Four. I mean, we got to get payback.
Yeah, I know about heart getting broke by Villanova. I know about that.
I do too. Trey Burke and Tim Hardaway Jr. They got blown all the way out by Louisville, but and the Mo Wagner led team. Shout out to the Magic, Mo Wagner. Mm-hmm. They got blown out by Villanova. They're like the first team all year was like, let's double team Mo Wagner and see what happens. I think we scored like 40 points.
Yeah.
Goofy question. Where is Gonzaga located?
They're out
California, right?
Somewhere.
California?
Ain't like
California. I think like in the Washington area somewhere?
East Coast? It's on the East Coast?
No. It's out west. They out west.
They're West Coast.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Washington.
That's my first.
Spokane, Washington.
That's what I said. I said Washington.
Oh, Washington State.
Crazy.
Okay.
I was confirming, Chuck. I
said Corey was looking at me like I was crazy.
I'm looking at myself like I'm crazy. I don't know. And then the second one, my second one is I know y'all may know this. Well, where is Villanova?
Philly.
Yeah.
In Philadelphia? Okay.
Nothing good comes out of Philly.
Huh?
Nothing good comes out of Philly.
Okay.
I
did not know that. I thought it was in Washington, D.C. for some strange reason, or Virginia, but okay, cool.
Now, we'll talk briefly on the women's side. Now, on the women's side, y'all know I'm a big South Carolina fan, so I'm hoping and wishing for the rematch for South Carolina to play Stanford again in the Final Four.
Okay, yeah, that'd be a good matchup.
That's what I'm hoping and wishing for. Mm-hmm. South Carolina owes them payback for last year.
Gonzaga isn't real. What?
Listen, we've been having this conversation for like 3 years, but my wife really doesn't believe that Gonzaga really exists. Because she said they only exist during basketball season, you know.
Right.
They don't really exist come March either. They always lay an egg.
They don't have a football team, right?
I don't think so. If they do, I've never heard of them.
Gonzaga football. Okay. So she doesn't believe that the campus really.
I got a hell of a curling team.
My bad, Chuck.
Oh, you good.
All
right. So I guess we finished with the March Madness. So now we go move on to I'm sure G and my brother's favorite sport. Let's talk about the NBA playoffs, and has your predictions changed since we talked about them last week and who we thought was going to stay in the play-in, who we thought was going to definitely make the playoffs. I know it seemed like Golden State is starting to slip a little bit without Steph Curry losing to Orlando yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And Draymond Green was
Guess
calling
what
them out.
team is
That's
hot?
Who?
I said,
And
guess
Draymond
what
Green
team
was
is
calling him out
hot?
in the interview today too. Yeah. He was saying they was soft.
Call out who?
Calling
Oh,
out his
wow.
own team,
Calling
saying
out
they were
it.
playing soft.
Wow.
What are your thoughts, Zach?
My thoughts on like the NBA as a whole or Western Conference?
Well, we talk about the Western Conference first, then we go to the Eastern Conference.
Okay.
As far as playoffs and who we think is gonna.
Well, going into the year, I really didn't think that Phoenix was going to be as successful as they were last year, as far as like being able to get to the finals. But it looks like they have a pretty decent path. Phoenix is a great team still, as long as they get Chris Paul back, which sounds like they will come playoff time. I think they'll make a run and they'll be in the Western Conference Finals. But you can't sleep on the Grizzlies, man. The Grizzlies have come out a complete surprise. Ja Morant, Dylan Brooks, Jaren Jackson, and they missed Jaren Jackson pretty much all of last year. So now that he's back, that's a great young team, well coached, a lot of young talent. The Warriors will be fine as long as Steph Curry comes back. Clay's still getting right. They'll be a contender, but I see Phoenix coming out. I'm shocked to see maybe if Luka Doncic and the Mavs can get out of the first round now that they're probably not going to be facing the Clippers this year. But yeah, that's my Western Conference prediction. I got the Suns getting at least to the Western Conference Finals, but they're my favorite to get to the finals.
Corey?
Man, I think I'm gonna go back to what we talked about last week. I do have a dark horse that I want y'all opinions on in the Western Conference. For some strange reason, I don't feel like Phoenix wants to see the Lakers in the first round. There is a resurgence in my man LeBron James that I've been seeing. Now I know G may look at this a little different, but for some strange reason, I feel like they may have found something towards the end of the season. I think the Lakers are gonna pull out some kind of strange way that 8 seed in this play-in. They're gonna go through the whole play-in situation and they're gonna come out in the 8 seed victorious. Now they may get beat up trying to do that, but I think Phoenix has always been tough. I'm going with the Warriors, like I always said, but I'm gonna go with my dark horse. And I think the Lake. I like Memphis. Memphis is handling the Nets right now, 45 to 32. But I think they're gonna. It's gonna be a surprise in the West. So dark horse goes to the Lakers, and I'm gonna have the Warriors coming out.
Whoa!
So your prediction is the Lakers are gonna win 2 games because they're in 9, right? So they have to win 2 games, right?
Yep.
To get the number
No. They only got to win one to make the play-in. If you're 7th and 8th, you have to lose twice to get out of the play-in.
To make it through the play-in. Well,
they have to win. They have to play. All right. So whoever wins between 7 and 10, whoever wins between 7 and 10. No,
17. I thought it was 7
How
and
it
8.
works is 7 and 10 play and 8 and 9 play.
Oh, okay.
The winner of both of those games play for the let's say
it's not 7 and 8 and 8 and 9 play. 7 and 10.
7 and 10 play.
7 and 8 play, and then whoever goes to 7, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The loser has to play the winner of 9 and 10.
Oh, that is how it goes. I'm wrong. I got it. I thought that I was stuck on you had to lose twice. If you're 7th and 8th, you had to lose twice to be knocked out. My bad.
But the Lakers had to win twice to get in, right?
Right.
So they would need to. So that's what I'm saying. I know they may get there, it may wear them out, but they had to play 2 hard, strong games. And for some strange reason, I just feel like LeBron, he got a few in his bag, to get into that 8 seed. I want to see it, and then let him
he out tonight, right?
Huh?
He out tonight.
Yeah, he's sitting out tonight.
Well, yeah, his back hurts from carrying the team all damn year.
against Philly. In the game, in the game we really need, honestly. As y'all can see, we're only 3 games up on the Spurs, what I was telling y'all about before. We talked about the Spurs, and we were saying they probably weren't gonna catch them, but they beat the Warriors the other night.
Yeah, they did.
They play Portland tonight, I believe it is, and then New Orleans. Their schedule ain't too bad, for them to make that run, man. I don't see the Lakers getting in. I told y'all that before. I see the Lakers actually falling out of it, man. I don't think LeBron even wants to deal with the embarrassment of trying to play in the
Stop blaming LeBron.
The play-in game. Now, the fact that he's sitting out right now says a lot to me. The fact that he's sitting out when you're trying to make a playoff run and you're sitting out now, you got 10 games left.
But you're going to blame him for the way this season's turned out?
No, not the whole season. No,
that's what I'm saying. Don't blame this whole thing on LeBron.
I'm not blaming it all on him, but I'm just saying he cares about how he looks. We all know that. Like
every superstar does. You can't tell me Kobe never cared about his image. Kobe cared about his image.
Kobe cared about
he cares.
He cared about his image too.
He didn't see it.
Yes, he did. I watched his whole career. He cared about his image.
So
he was competitive as hell, loved to win, did anything to win. What I'm saying is he cared about his image too, because you remember what happened to him, and he did everything he could to get past that.
I mean, he did everything for his wife. That's what.
what I'm saying. He cares just as much about his image.
He didn't care about nobody else. He cared about his family. That's all he cared about.
Well, that's arguable. The situations he put himself in, but
hey,
speaking of his family, real quick, have you seen his 14-year-old son? He's dunking already.
Kobe don't have a
LeBron. Bryce,
yeah.
Bryce
and Bronny are both studs.
Yeah. He's raising some studs over there. But right. I am going with the sleeper team of the Memphis Grizzlies. That's my team right there.
Are they even a sleeper?
Yeah, sleeper.
I think I'm saying sleeper because I think they're going to come out the West.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. I think they're going to beat the Suns.
That'd be a heck of a series. I
think they gave the Warriors all they can take last year.
Yep.
And now they have a little bit of experience, like you said. Jared Jackson was out all year last year, pretty much. He's back and playing well now.
Yeah, he's a stud two-way.
And then the people forget the pickup of the big boy. What's the center's name?
Steven Adams.
He's physical in the playoffs. That's where you need him at. He's going to be that physical force for you that can deal with your DeAndre Aytons in Phoenix, man. So I like what they're doing, and I like the step that I think Ja Morant's going to take. I think he's going to take that next step in the playoffs, man. That's where you make your name at. I think that's what he's going to do, man. So I'm actually going with the Memphis Grizzlies over the Warriors and the Suns in the West.
Yeah, heck of a series to see any of those three matched up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you picking the dark horse. Me, myself, I'm staying with the Warriors. I think Steph is going to come back, and they're going to be there at the end. Klay Thompson's going to continue the gel with the team. Draymond's coming back, working his stuff back in. And I think in the end, they're going to be real strong. It'll be hard to beat.
Yeah.
Could be hard to beat that. Could be hard to beat that talent and experience.
Yeah. Yep. I'm worried about the Warriors, though. I'm worried about them.
You don't really have a presence in the middle. James Wiseman hasn't really panned out. Mm-hmm. Steph Curry has gone through some of the worst slumps of his career this year. You don't know if it could, and he's known to have to rely on everybody else to be successful in the playoffs. He's not like a clutch playoff performer. Klay Thompson has taken a huge step back because of the injuries. Draymond Green ain't going to carry you anyway, as far as score, if they need a bucket or anything like that. But if they're all right and they're all together, they're a juggernaut. As far as if Klay's playing like Klay, if Steph doesn't go through one of those slumps. There's a lot of ifs for the Western Conference, but you got 3 teams that we pretty much consensusly agreed that could come out of the West.
Right. Yeah, the top three.
Mhm.
The top three are clearly the best in that conference. And
Don't count out the Mavericks.
no,
They've been
I
playing
like
great basketball.
Yes, they're playing great basketball.
Spencer Dinwiddie added to that team. Has been a big upgrade. They got Jalen Brunson still in the last year. His deal. He's playing for a contract. Luka's gonna be the best player in this game.
Mm-hmm.
They need more around Luka, but they could make some noise and get to the second round, possibly the conference finals. If they match up against a Grizzlies team, both teams are inexperienced. It comes down to Ja versus Luka.
Mm-hmm.
Either one could win that matchup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. Well, I think we talked about this earlier. Like the Mavs are going to upset some people in the playoffs. A lot of people don't want to see the Mavs.
Luka's already a certified playoff performer, even though he's lost every series. He's had buzzer beaters. He's had clutch moments.
Yeah, you don't want to see Luka. You don't want to see Luka in the playoffs. So that 4-5 Utah is shaking in their boots right now. You want to have to play Luka in that first round. You know,
one team's going to finally break that first round curse.
Zach, well, I'll ask you the same question that I asked them last week. So if Phoenix is, they're the number one seed with this whole play-in situation, what team does Phoenix not want to see in the first round? From that play-in, from Minnesota, Clippers, Lakers, New Orleans. If one of those teams won the AFC, which team do you feel like Phoenix does not? Minnesota?
Yep, because you have Patrick Beverly, who's a pest, and he can get in guys like CP3's head. He's a great defender. People forget how he's so underrated as far as defense and being able to make timely buckets. Karl Anthony Towns can play out of his mind. He could absolutely destroy DeAndre Ayton. You have Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man. He's coming into his own. People don't really talk about him. They're the most well-rounded team out of that play-in group. They're the most well-rounded team, and they're young and they're fearless. I mean, they have no expectations. If they make the playoffs, then Phoenix is going to handle every one of those teams. But the one that might steal a game or two, probably the Timberwolves. The Lakers, nobody's worried about. Nobody's worried about any of those teams.
Right.
That's what's up.
I think we all agreed with that last time when Corey brought it up too. I think we all said Minnesota.
Yep.
I mean, the Lakers could steal a game or two. You got LeBron James, Russ. They could have a game, but what I'm saying is the team that you really don't want to see is the Timberwolves.
Yeah, Bron is great enough to win a game for you or two. Yeah. He's great enough to do that.
Not Russ.
No, but Russ can still have Russ just had a triple-double the other night in a
Russ
win.
been doing well.
Russ can have a game where
you just don't know when. You just don't know when.
You don't mesh with these guys, man.
Yeah.
He needs a team with a bunch of young shooters that need a stopgap point guard.
Like tonight, he'll get a triple-double tonight because LeBron's not playing.
Like if he went and I don't want him on the Knicks, but if he went to the Knicks and they got rid of Julius, as far as you have RJ, you have Quickly, you have young guys, and you just need a guy who could dish the rock for a year or two till you find someone else. Russ could be your guy.
I think Atlanta has found, or New York has found their kryptonite in my guy Young. When they played, the other night they played the Knicks.
He's not kryptonite. It's that whole team. It's not Trae Young.
You think it's the whole team?
It's the whole team. But Bogdanovich is a killer. They don't have anybody to guard Gallinari, especially now they don't have the size. He just shoots over everybody. They actually completely blew a 20-point lead with Trae Young on the bench. It's not that Trae Young's the kryptonite. It's that every team's the Knicks' kryptonite. They suck. It's true. Trae Young's a great player, but he's nobody's kryptonite. He's not going to lock you down on defense. He might get 30 and give up 40.
Sure.
I guess that's the lead in to talking about the Eastern Conference. Then the Eastern Conference is more top heavy, I think, than the Western Conference is. So G, we get your take on who you think coming out of the East. Let you start first.
This is a real tough one here, man.
Yeah.
You
going to you doing a play in first, or what you doing?
I'm just saying who gonna come out the East. Who would think will come out the East?
Let the host Corey.
I need to
You
know.
happy Matt Ryan's gone?
I'm actually gonna go with the the defending champions, man. I'm gonna go with the Milwaukee Bucks. They got their boy Robin Lopez back, and
Brooke Lopez.
Brooke Lopez back. I like that snack. The Celtics are super scary, and I believe they're the best defensive team, not just in the East but in the league right now. They are super scary, but I'm gonna go with the defending champions, man. I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Okay, Corey, who do you think? Who you got?
Atlanta. Straight up. That's Atlanta's gonna be my dark scary horse. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that they make a lot of noise like they did last year, and possibly do it just a little bit better than they did last year. But I straight up, man, I'm gonna stick with Miami. They've been the most consistent for me. Though you're right, you got to beat the champs. You know, you got to beat it. In order to beat the man, you got to beat the man. Man, it seems like Milwaukee is a well-oiled machine that you don't hear a lot about. At least I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure Giannis is going to be there, of course. But I'm hoping that Jimmy Buckets can get over that hump and they get him there. I want to see him in Atlanta in the finals, I guess. Do they have the Eastern Conference Finals anymore? Is that how they work?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The Hawks in the last year.
Yeah. So Hawks in Miami.
Who do you think, Zach?
I think Corey's crazy, but I'm just messing with you, man. But one, I'd like to, just as an Eastern Conference fan, I'm so glad that the East is deeper and better than the Western Conference for once. As the 10th seed, your Hawks are 500, 36-36.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but you got 10 teams out of 15 over 500 or above. That's not familiar in the Eastern Conference. But yeah, I got a finals rematch. I got Milwaukee and Phoenix, but again, like I said about the Mavericks, do not sleep on the Chicago Bulls. They were first in the East for a while, had some injuries. They're back healthy. They're starting to play together, get some chemistry. DeRozan's playing like an MVP. Zach LaVine is still Zach LaVine. Vucevic is trying to find his role there, but he's still a solid all-star caliber center. Big Alex Caruso, you know him well. They got some championship DNA type of guys there. I don't think Philly's doing anything. I don't think Miami's going to do anything. I got Milwaukee. Milwaukee is a clear-cut favorite, my choice, but don't sleep on Chicago or Brooklyn. If they get Ben Simmons healthy, I got Brooklyn.
Whoa!
If Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, and KD play together, I got Brooklyn.
Ben ain't coming back. He's not. He got that back.
No, that's why I said if.
Yeah. But they did just lift that, or they said that the mandate is going to be lifted in Brooklyn
tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
So
in New York
tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's tomorrow. That's going to be a hell of a swing right there. Now that Kyrie can play, it shows that somebody has influenced the governor in a way that
the Yankees
allows sports. Huh?
The Yankees and the Mets.
Yeah.
They don't want to lose money.
You think baseball was the influence?
Yep, because they've lost. That city's lost a lot of money from this COVID stuff, and if they're not going to let players play, certain ones like Aaron Judge that aren't vaccinated, certain guys that are superstars in this city, fans aren't going to pay to go see them. So you got to think about if Kevin Durant wasn't vaccinated. That not a lot of Nets fans. There aren't any Nets fans anyway. They're bandwagon, but you have, they're not going to want to see Durant. But Yankee fans, Mets fans aren't going to go to Mets games and not see Lindor and not see Judge and not see Stanton and not see the big names.
So that's what I'm saying. So you're saying with baseball's influence helped Kyrie in the sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they made no ground until baseball agreed on a CBA.
Wow.
They made no ground until baseball was about to start.
Facts.
The owner, Steinbrenner's kid, the owner for the Yankees and the owner for the Mets, are real close with the mayor. So,
okay. That's sad.
Yeah. As for me, I guess I'm kind of with Corey. I think Miami's gonna come out the East. I think Jimmy Buckets is thriving and thriving and thriving to get that chip that he lost in that exclamation point question mark championship that the Lakers won.
It's still a title. Come on.
But I think somebody put in the chat that Milwaukee is missing their main piece that went to Miami.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Who's their main piece?
What is his name?
The 3-point shooter, defensive
The ball head guy. Play good defense.
Defensive guy.
We did this last
Played
time.
at Houston.
PJ Tucker?
PJ Tucker, yeah.
Yeah, but Bobby Portis has become an absolute stud next to Giannis. And Giannis is DPOY.
And they got Grayson Allen.
And Drew Holiday is the best defensive point guard in the league.
Grayson Allen.
Who got Grayson Allen?
The Bucks.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I can't stand Grayson Allen, man.
Why?
Nobody
can. Grayson Allen used that Duke.
Why?
What?
Why?
Did you not see him play at Duke?
He couldn't stand
he's a dirty player, but so is Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Chris Paul's the dirtiest player in the league. PJ Tucker's
the dirtiest, but he's dirty.
Yeah, he is. He's the dirtiest player in the league.
He's dirty.
By far. Yes, he's the dirtiest.
Yeah.
He's voted the dirtiest player by his peers every year.
Dirtiest?
Yeah, he's dirty.
Wow.
Dude, Draymond Green kicked LeBron in the you-know-whats how many times? He kicked Steven Adams how many times?
What about Patrick Beverly?
No one says a thing about Patrick Beverly's dirty.
Yeah. But so CP3 is
What's
dirtier
his
than
name?
Pat
Zaza
Beverly.
Pachulia pretty much affected Kawhi Leonard's career, the rest of his career. Not Delonte West, the other West. Ruptured Kobe's Achilles. There's plenty of dirty players. No.
Who?
The guy that hurt Kobe.
Guy that hurt Kobe.
Who hurt Kobe?
That ended up making that
Chris
rule.
Childs?
No.
Bah, bah.
No, the one that ruptured his Achilles. But there's plenty of dirty players. Nobody talks about them. It seems like the only people they talk about is like Grayson Allen.
That was a weak puncher. You saw Kobe took the thing.
He said that was a weak punch.
Yeah.
Don't talk about your cousin's running mate like that.
No.
Or Big Country's Knicks. Don't talk about Big Country's Knicks.
I despise Chris Childs after that day, boy. Woo!
You ain't like him no more. You ain't like him no more. But who,
All right.
I'm trying to still think. My bad, Chuck. Continue, man.
I know you're right. So now we go get to the point where everybody's been waiting on to talk about. But we go spice this up a little bit because when we get to the NFL, we always have a tendency to get stuck on the subject and can never move on. So what we're gonna do is, I got like 7 different topics here, and when we start talking about them, I'm gonna put this timer on, and when you hear the bell, that means it's over. We move to the next one.
How much time we get each?
15 minutes.
Okay.
15 minutes.
I like Chuck. I like this, Chuck.
You hear the bell, we're gonna stop and move on to the next topic.
I like this, Chuck.
All right, so first topic we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about the quarterback carousel. We talked about it a little bit last week, but since we talked about it last week, there's been some more activity that's been ongoing. So I'm going to start the clock. We're gonna start the quarterback carousel conversation with Corey.
You're wasting time right now.
What? Oh, I'm just supposed to say something.
You're wasting. You're literally wasting time.
Your quarterback one of the ones that left. That's
why time is money, right?
I was waiting for a question. My bad. So, okay, with the quarterback carousel, only thing I have to add is, and I'm just being a sincere fan, I want to wish Matt Ryan the best in Indianapolis. He ended up in a decent situation. Now, at the same time, most people, we were ready for, I'm going to say this here, I was ready for change. I wasn't ready for necessarily saying I had to have Deshaun Watson. I wanted some change. I want to see movement from my older quarterback. I think in his, these last couple of years he may have, Indianapolis was a good falling point for him. Sort of like Phillip Rivers, let him go out with a decent line and see what, let him go out with some numbers. So as far as the quarterback carousel, I had no dog in the fight, but at the same time, I'm just happy that, great job, 13 seasons with the Atlanta Falcons. I was a fan. I hope that he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I wish him well.
No doubt Hall of Famer.
So what about the quarterback that you got?
Yeah. Remember when I
Let me say this.
Corey, hold on.
All right.
You remember when I said, careful what you wish for?
So we have a small group chat. So all day today, I drive at night. All day I kept saying I got to get myself ready for certain words I want to try to say. So I want to say, like on Sundays, hey, Marcus looked good yesterday, didn't he? Or hey, did you see the Falcons? I had to kind of get myself ready to say words like that, though it's a good chance I may not say it, but just in case, I want to get ready. So I kept saying, let's try it. I said, hey, babe, did you see Marcus the other day? She go, who the hell is Marcus? MarcusMariotta. We call Matt, I asked Bobby the same thing. Hey, man, hey, Marcus look good. Marcus who? Mariota. Do we say Mariota first? Marcus? Do we get Eminem? MarcusMariotta? Give that man some flowers. So I got to at least give him. I know that we're maybe going back to the Joey Harrington era, but I got to try to hope. Huh?
He's not that bad. He's not Joey Harrington bad.
Okay.
He has some solid years.
He can run. So Joey. Joey was 3-7.
Marcus is the only quarterback to catch his own first touchdown pass in a playoff game.
See, so then say if that happened, I go, hey, Zach, did you see Marcus? Works. So, I mean, I just got to be optimistic. I know that this is a fill-in season, and hopefully, I don't think we're going to draft a quarterback this year, but it's going to be another fill-in season. Like Joey did the fill-in year, and then we picked up Matt. So this will probably be a fill-in year for Marcus. Hopefully, we can compete some kind of way.
Didn't Matt Schaub fill in before Matt Ryan?
Schaub did. He was also like glue and putty, put him in there a couple of years or whatever after
I forgot he existed.
Yeah, but Schaub stayed on our roster for another 10 years. Yeah. So,
right.
He was always there.
Yeah. So Zach, what's your take?
I think the Watson deal's hilarious. I think the Browns screwed themselves. $230 million fully guaranteed. Not going to build nothing around him. He hasn't played in a year. He's going to be suspended. Is he better than Baker? Absolutely, but they don't have a team around him to compete for a title, especially not this year. You're gambling on 1 year. He's going to be suspended at least 10 games. He didn't do nothing with the Texans.
10?
He's highly overrated. At least 10. You wait and see.
Wow, 10.
That's all I got. Watson was horribly overrated.
6 games.
$230 million. Still, you can't not have him for 6 games and expect to compete for a Super Bowl, especially when he hasn't played an entire year. And to give him that contract, that's terrible. Matt Ryan, if you're going to get Matt Ryan, you might as well hold on to Carson Wentz. At least Carson can move a little bit. But Matt Ryan should be successful. He had Jonathan Taylor. They should be at least around the same record as they were with Wentz. They got the Falcons probably will look at Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett, but you have a bunch of teams that still need a quarterback. Like to see if Carolina could snatch up Baker and continue this former top 2 pick carousel they got going on with Darnold and Newton and him. That'd be kind of fun.
Newton? Did you say Newton? Newton ain't playing nowhere.
No, but I'm just saying, like they might as well sign all 3 of them.
I saw Cam today on the freeway.
You need to quit, Corey. Corey, you need to quit. What you got? What you got, Jay?
All right. So I'm gonna talk about what my man said with my boy Zach Panther. Man, welcome to the show. He says coach traded for the same quarterback they had last season. I'm actually gonna have to disagree with that, man. I think my guy Matt is a hands and feet over damn Carson Wentz. I think Carson Wentz is below Baker Mayfield, honestly.
But he can move a little bit. That's the difference.
Yeah. But I like the pickup for the Colts. I think they needed a veteran quarterback, somebody that can get the ball to the players. He don't have to go out there and throw for 4,500 yards, but he can be a great bus driver for that team. That team was just a quarterback away from being successful, man. So I like that. Marcus Mariota for the Falcons. I actually like that as well. Y'all been asking for a quarterback who can run and get out. That's what he did. That's who y'all have now. Along with that, he still has 13,000 yards in his career, right? Passing. He's 33 and 37. 13,000. 13,000.
Really? You start for like
1,300.
You start for
I'm
like
about
5
to say,
years.
I'm about to say, man, don't. I was just about to say, don't say that. 1,300 yards.
Yeah, so he's not a bad quarterback. He's a decent quarterback. You got to get some pieces around him. Y'all definitely had to pick somebody up in the draft as far as receiving to help Pitts out. But I don't mind it. Like you said, your offensive line ain't that great, so you have somebody that's mobile. So I like it for them, and he's just going to be a bridge player for maybe a Kenny Pickett, like my guy said, or Malik
Willis, yep.
Wilson. Yeah, Malik Wilson. So I like that. Baker Mayfield. He's not going to Carolina because they already said they don't want any parts of Baker Mayfield. So right now,
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, right. So right now, his only bet really is probably Seattle because the New Orleans Saints re-signed Jameis Winston for 2 years. So there's only one spot left more, man, and that's Seattle. So I know they had a little interest in him.
What about Houston?
Houston, they said they're going with Davis Mills. They said they're going to build a team around Davis. So
bold.
Yeah, very bold, very bold.
So if y'all, so you're saying that if nobody wants him, will they release him or will they just hold on to him, make him inactive?
The smart thing is to hold on to him until Watson comes back from his suspension and then cut him.
You think he go play?
Well, take it as an audition. Do an audition for other teams. We'll trade you as soon as Watson's back.
So you're saying if your theory is correct, if it's close to the trade deadline, they'll hold on to him until then, and Watson comes back after the trade deadline possibly, or maybe
they probably won't do that, but that's what they should do.
They'll find a trader. So he'll probably be a backup for somebody before he'll sit on that Cleveland Browns team and watch Deshaun Watson or who's the backup now? Case Keenum?
Baker Mayfield right now.
Baker Mayfield.
Well, Case they just picked up Case Keenum, right? Or
no.
They traded Case Keenum.
Yeah, I think didn't they pick up Case Keenum or something?
They had him last year.
They had him last year? Oh, okay, they must have traded him then. So yeah, that
would you play Baker before Cam?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not even like
Prince.
He's not the worst quarterback in the league as far as starter goes.
Prince will play Cam.
He's a top 32 quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Top 32.
That's why I say he's a starter. He's starter potential. He might be 30 or 31, but Cam's definitely not top 32. Sorry, Prince.
Keenum was just traded.
Okay. So do y'all I just want to ask this question. Do y'all think the Browns picking up Deshaun Watson, Indianapolis picking up Matt Ryan, and now I'm gonna throw this team in there now. The Miami Dolphins picking up Tyreek Hill. Does that make those three teams contenders? Let's just say Deshaun Watson does play the whole season.
Hell no.
No.
When you say contender, you mean contenders for winning the win the Super Bowl?
Going to the Super Bowl.
No.
But they all in the AFC. They all in the AFC.
Yes.
The Dolphins got a $30 million a year receiver who just runs deep with a quarterback that can't throw deep. It can't stay healthy. And an injury-riddled entire roster. The Colts are just going to be either where they were with Carson or where they were with Phillip Rivers. They're going to hand the ball to Jonathan Taylor a lot and not be able to really push the ball because Matt Ryan's past his prime. And the Browns made a huge mistake. They gave up so many draft picks, so much money towards their cap. He's what, 5-year, 230? It's like $48 million against the cap. That means when you have like $150 million to field of 52 other players
But they
to
still
win a
have
Super Bowl?
They still have picks, right?
And you got 20-something million with Amari Cooper?
Well, they renegotiated his.
Yeah, still, what is it, 10, 12 million?
Yeah, it's like 14 million right or 12 million right now.
So you got like 40%. You got like 30 to 40% of the entire salary cap taken up by two players.
Odell Beckham said he would like to come to Cleveland now.
I thought he was going to stay with the Rams.
No, the Rams picked up your boy Allen Robinson.
Yeah, Allen Robinson. Good pickup, by the way.
They got rid of Woods. Allen Robinson was to replace Woods.
Robert Woods.
Yeah, he replaced Woods because I thought that they announced that they want to still keep OBJ. You know, at least that they were still interested in him because he's scheduled to be back November.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to bring him back. He had a good relationship.
Stafford.
Yeah, so.
OBJ said he'd like to go to Cleveland or Indy.
Go back to Cleveland?
Yeah. He's willing to go back to Cleveland.
But Baker's still there.
I doubt that. Some strange reason, I doubt that Cleveland will go back to that. I like their new GM in their second year, but I don't know if they'll go back to that. And the only reason why I see now they met with Jarvis today, right? They well, at least I don't know if they met, but they may bring him back. They wanted him back and they wanted Clowney back. But so they met, to talk about it. And if Jarvis, I can see them probably try to renegotiate with Jarvis, but I don't see them taking the chance with OBJ on with a Watson situation. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a smart move, but I don't know if he wants to come back to Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. Also, if you look at just the sheer divisional strength, probably the Colts have the best chance to like guaranteed make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Because you look at the Dolphins, they got the Patriots who are only going to get better with Mac Jones in his second year and a young team. Mm-hmm. They're always good, but you have the Bills who are going to be a contending juggernaut. They're not. I'm not saying they're winning multiple titles, but they're going to be a contender for a long time.
Added Von Miller to their
so the Dolphins are very well finished third. The Jets are going to be dead last. They suck. All New York football sucks. But they could probably finish third, and very well the Browns could finish third. The Steelers are probably going to be dead last with Trubisky, but they have a great defense, great running game, and again Trubisky can run, so he'll go back to the read option style offense, read and react like he was when he was 13-3 in Chicago, and then 12-4. Under Matt Nagy's first offense. Then they tried to make him into Tom Brady when he wasn't. Same thing they did to MarcusMariotta. That's why they both fell off. You got him on a decent system. He could win. Tomlin's never been under 500 in 15 years. They could easily make a playoff as a wild card. The Ravens were decimated by injury. The most injury-riddled team of all time last year. They're still going to be a 12-13 win team when they're healthy. So you got the Steelers. I mean, you got the Ravens, Bengals, who were just in the Super Bowl. Steelers, who are always going to be competitive. The Browns could still and probably will finish dead last or third.
Yeah.
With a $230 million quarterback.
Yeah.
With all these issues that come with it.
I think
as far as suspension possible and all these things. The cap hell they'll be in. The Steelers can field a real team around Trubisky. He's cheap. Lamar Jackson's still on a rookie deal. Joe Burrow's still on a rookie deal.
Time to move on, fellas. Time to move on.
Oh, good job. 15.
He got a tail.
Look, is that what that was? Okay.
You got to make it like a.
Okay. Yeah.
We should do around the horn where we give us points.
Yeah.
Wrong, Chuck. You got to be there around the horn.
All right, so that was good conversation. Good conversation. So next, what we want to talk about is still stay in football. Then we go to a controversial topic after this. Can the Packers be successful and replace Devante Adams? And if they can, who will be the best successor that's out there available to take his place? So let's start with you, G.
I don't think there's a player in the league right now that can come in there and take over that spot that Devante Adams left. It'll have to be in the draft. And this draft is deep with wide receivers. So I think they pick up a Jameson Williams, what's the guy's
Chris
name?
Olave,
Chris Olave, yeah.
Wilson from Ohio State.
Garrett Wilson, Drake London, like you said, Chris Olave, and Trey Burks.
Treylon Burks.
Yeah, Trayvon Burks. Yeah. So you have some players there that can fill in that spot. Your boy Rodgers is a good enough quarterback to get the ball to anybody, as you've seen. He went up to Arizona and beat them without Devante Adams before, so he can do it. I don't know if it's sustainable, for a whole season without a receiver, but if they get somebody in the draft, they'll be all right. I mean, they're not going to win anything, but they'll be all right.
They didn't win anything with Adams.
There you go.
That's true. Lost the home playoff game. What do you think, Zach?
I think Devante Adams will be easily replaced because they have one of the best quarterbacks of all time. He's made receivers. He made Jordy Nelson what he was. He made Randall Cobb what he was. He made all sorts of receivers what he was, and he made Devante Adams what he was. Devante Adams didn't get crazy separation. He's not a leaper. He's above average receiver, but he's not like Des Bryant in his prime had amazing leaping ability and 50-50 ball. Tyreek Hill's got speed. Randy Moss, all these guys had a calling card. They were better than everybody else at. Devante Adams isn't that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Can he still put up numbers with a slinger like David Carr? Yeah, Derek Carr.
Mm-hmm.
But Aaron Rodgers, he relied on Aaron for precise pinpoint throws, putting it where only he could get it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get that with Carr as far as consistently. Rodgers will be just fine. Like G said, they're not winning the Super Bowl, but they'll be able to be competitive, and it'll be by committee or through the draft. Sleeper name out of Purdue, David Bell. Can compare his player comparison is Jerry Rice.
Okay.
As far as hands go, route running ability, he was the best receiver in this draft until a couple of bad games, but he also had a couple of great games this year against Ohio State, who they beat who they lost to Ohio State. But regardless, they beat Michigan State. They beat a lot of teams, the spoiler makers. David Bell, I think that's who they pick up in about the third round, who's going to be their next superstar wide receiver.
Okay.
What'd you think, Corey?
I saw a good David Bell play. I think it was against Ohio State where he was wide open.
Did they beat Ohio State, Corey?
I'm not sure. I think Ohio State only lost one, but I don't think it was to Purdue, right?
They lost two.
To two. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry about that. You're right. They did lose two. I'm not sure if it was Purdue, but they did lose to Michigan. But I remember watching him.
So they lost to Oregon and Michigan.
Yeah. Oregon. Okay. Well, he but like it was. I think it was, watching Ohio State, he dusted one guy. He was wide open. Went through the middle. Good catch. But I got two names that I can throw out there that can replace. I ain't gonna say replace, but fill in where Devante Adams dipped. First guy, Adam Thielen. Minnesota hadn't re-signed him yet. He's still out there. Adam Thielen, like you said, he's made good good wideouts, fairly decent. Just being if you're a good route runner and a fairly decent wideout, I think Adam Thielen can fit in. And I'm gonna throw another one out there and see what you guys think that hadn't been picked up yet. Michael Thomas from the Saints. I know he's still on their roster, but you could trade for him or pick him up and probably still, get that same production. I think you gotta have somebody with some kind of moxie to play with Rodgers. You gotta have something, a little something to come in. I know he can make wideouts better, but you gotta have a little something to bring to the table to make that 1-2 punch when it comes to him. And I'm just hoping they pick up somebody because Devante Adams does leave a huge hole on that right side. So I'm gonna go with those two, hoping that that they could probably do the same thing. Because I was actually thinking that we could probably pick them up out myself. Thompson or either Thielen, just to have a good strong person on the other side.
Adam
But
Thielen's a beast.
Yeah.
But look what he did with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So imagine him with Rodgers. You feel me?
Snack Panther Rodgers, 1 Super Bowl appearance, dude isn't all that. It is and I hate this when people say that. I salute to you, but it is a team sport. Stop that. Tom Brady didn't win 7. The Patriots and the Bucs did. Dan Marino is probably one of the best quarterbacks to ever grace this earth. But so since we're going by rings, does that mean Trent Dilfer's better? Than Dan Marino?
Quarterback manager. He was a quarterback manager. He's a manager.
It's just my point that just because people don't have more than 1 Super Bowl, I mean, the dude's still great.
Yeah. And let's welcome Vanessa Baker to the show. Welcome, Vanessa. And she says, don't count the Browns out yet.
They done.
Vanessa Baker is my mother-in-law.
Okay.
Okay.
Go Michigan, since I like to mess with your daughter here because of Corey. Go Michigan and
Mama.
No, I was giving Marino a compliment. Never mind. No, and they won't.
We won't have the best wide receiving core this year.
No, I read that wrong. I thought he was saying that you will have the best wide receiver core. I was reading that wrong at first. I could just say Mike Franklin was like, what's my man name? I always want to call you the sympathetic guy.
Alvin.
Yeah. I was saying Mike Franklin started like Alvin, but
I would go more with Smart Alec. I would go more with Smart Alec. Sarcasm.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I don't think we'll need to have the best wide receiving core in the league this year.
Why?
Because we're going to pick up an offensive line that's going to help us be able to run the ball.
Still need someone that can throw the ball.
So when are you going to do that?
In the drafts. We're going to do it in the draft. We might pick up somebody up right now in free agency, but we're definitely going in the draft.
We're a lost cause, G.
My thing about Green Bay, I guess I'm going with everybody else. I think they're going to pick somebody up in the draft. You didn't mention you mentioned your other guy, Corey. I was kind of surprised.
Who? Mention who?
Your former Falcon.
Oh, Julio?
Yeah.
Sure.
The Packers lost to the 49ers by a field goal kick. Did Rodgers have anything to do with the kick?
Wait a minute. So I'm going back to what the OG just asked me. Now, do you guys think, and because now the wheels are turning, can Julio Jones resurge himself as a Packer?
No.
What do you mean by resurge? Wait a minute. What do you mean by resurge, though?
He was hurt, and like I said, I'll say this here. With Matt Ryan would just, okay, so I'm going to look at it like this. Matt Ryan and Derek Carr and Devante. So, okay, Devante Adams is one of those guys. Get it in my wheelhouse and I'll make you look good. You know what I'm saying? Though Aaron Rodgers is a better sharpshooter, but I'm saying with Carr, when they were playing together, get it to him. Just get it in my wheelhouse. I'll do the rest. Now, what I'm saying with Matt Ryan, he did the same thing with Julio. Yeah, just get it somewhere, and I'm gonna make you look good. Mm-hmm. Matt is not a precision thrower, though he's a good passer. If Julio is in that locker room at the Packers, can he resurge himself sort of like Randy Moss did?
He only played like 4 games a year.
Yeah.
Hard to resurge yourself. I see what you're saying, though. Another idea. What about trading Jordan Love, a former first-round quarterback that you don't need anymore because you just signed Rodgers to what, 3 more years?
4.
4. So why not trade Jordan Love, who was a first-round pick, top 20 pick in the draft? Try to get him for I'm not saying a huge name receiver, but someone out there who's more middle of the pack, but they think Aaron Rodgers can make better as far as, the next Jordy Nelson-ish, Randall Cobb-ish, or you could throw him with the Saints for Michael Thomas. Like you said, you might be able to get a draft pick and Michael Thomas out of it. You know what I mean? Because Thomas has been hurt. They could say, okay, we'll give you a 3rd-round pick and Thomas for Jordan Love. You get some draft capital to help build the rest of your team, and you get a guy who is just as good as Devante Adams when he's healthy.
I ain't going with that. I'm going with what Chuck did. I hope to see my dude in a Packers uniform.
You're just gonna have Jordan Love.
My love is coming out. my love is coming out for my dude again.
Jordan Love's not going to rot for 7 years.
Jordan Love ain't finna do nothing for 7 games.
But you either lose Jordan Love after the rookie contract because he ain't re-signing, or you can get some draft capital and possibly a receiver for Jordan Love.
You might well call Jordan
at this
Brissett.
point? I bet you love Jordan Love as your starting quarterback right now, Mariota.
The same dude. That's the same dude.
No, you don't
One
even
person
know
just got
Jordan
more
Love. He's
yards.
played one game. You don't know what he is.
He played one game in college too, didn't he?
No, he played one.
I don't know. I can't.
Didn't he
I
sit
kind of
out?
tend to agree with Corey. I think if it may give Julio that incentive to do what he needs to do to get himself back in the kind of shape that he needs to be in to get back to where he was.
But when he
Watch
was in the
out.
best shape of his life, his hamstrings couldn't hold up. That's the problem. His hamstrings are done.
They got look. If you eat cheese, it helps hamstrings.
Oh God.
Julio,
So
Julio,
nice try.
Julio is 33 years old.
Yeah.
So he's not
Hamstrings are 75.
Yeah, he's not gonna be anybody's number one, but I think he can be a good third receiver. That's where I would like to see him go. Like,
But is he playing special teams? Because normally third receivers are got to play special teams too.
Guess how old Randy Moss was when he went to the Patriots?
Randy Moss is one of the best receivers of all time. Julio's not.
Oh, it's Julio. Yes, he is.
No.
Julio's not.
Randy Moss is
Julio
top
is not
three.
one of the best
Randy
receivers
Moss
of all
is top
time.
three. Randy Moss is top three. Him, T.O., and Jerry Rice.
Okay, I'm saying, but is Julio in top 10?
Julio might be top 20.
but this is my thing. This is my thing with Randy Moss. He wasn't injured.
No,
He wasn't injured like that.
he didn't have 14 hamstring injuries.
That-
13.
he-
13 in 1 year.
yeah, so I don't see Julio resurging like that, but I do see him being Julio at the third receiver. I think is okay, but I agree with what you're saying though, Zach. Like
Cedric Wilson plays
might have to
special
play
teams.
special teams, but you know they'll
Every
find
third
somebody.
receiver normally plays special teams.
Yeah,
Julio ain't playing special teams.
they'll find somebody else to play special teams, man. If you bring in a Julio,
Julio Jones 2022.
I mean, you got some receivers out there. T.Y. Hilton's still out there. T.Y. Hilton, Cole Beasley,
What a joke.
Emmanuel Sanders.
Oh, Beasley. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right. He got released, right?
yeah. AJ Green.
He hung up the phone on Jerry Jones, by the way.
Oh, AJ Green is out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
AJ Green's out there. Deshaun Jackson. I guess Albert Wilson is not out there no more because I believe James said something about him today. I had no idea who that was. Odell Beckham, Marquise Goodwin, Adam Humphries. All these are like third down. I mean,
Marquise Goodwin's good.
yeah, he's good.
He's a good receiver.
He's good, but he's a little scat back receiver, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's all.
Okay.
Okay,
Real
but what
quick.
is Aaron Rodgers really good at historically?
That's where
Randall Cobb,
Randall Cobbs, yeah.
Gordy
yeah.
Nelson.
Yeah, he's good at those. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so peep the game. All right, so on Roll Tide, it's like the Roll Tide wire. I tend to look at old spots, but so they've been watching Julio and looking for, I guess, good suitors for
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm saying it.
Oh.
I said it out loud.
What is it? Alabama 24/7 Sports, like every other team has a 24/7, and they're all clickbaity,
Facts.
terrible
Yeah,
articles.
so via his agent, there are 5 teams that are looking at him right now that he's talking to. All right, number 5.
Your time is up, Corey. You waited too
Ah,
long.
is that the bell? Ah,
Thank God, he sounded like Prince with Cam Newton.
damn it.
Talking about Julio Jones. Let it go.
Hold that thought there, Corey.
Are we
I
gonna
don't
have
like
trivia?
your bell, man. I don't like your. Look,
Are we
I
gonna
like
have
your
trivia
bell.
tonight, Chuck? I love the trivia segments.
Hey man, I was
won the
boxing
last
and then
2.
hey, I heard the rip ping. Everybody hit me on something. All right.
Okay, so now we'll go to a little bit of a controversial topic here. And this is about NCAA swimmers.
Oh no.
So
Oh God.
So in our little chat here, we've been going. This topic came up. And
I
we
need to
were-
be added to this chat.
we were going back and forth as far as whether we should talk about it or not.
You don't want
But
this
just
chat,
to bring the
man.
viewers a
Yeah,
little
I
bit
do.
up.
It's all day.
Yeah.
I don't care. I got time.
Chuck and G are up at 4 in the morning. I'm driving.
I get up at 3 in the morning to go to work.
Them dudes are up. I thought
I get
my
up at
phone
3.
was on my phone.
I get up
Okay,
at
well
3.
then you need to be on this line. Then you fit in well. Okay,
So,
my bad.
so
my
we
bad.
have. Okay, no problem. So we have a person by the name of Leah Thomas that was born as a biological man. He didn't transition into a woman until 21. Now he competes with the women, where he went from being ranked 462 as a male swimmer, and now he's the number 1 swimmer in women's swimming. Now on the flip side, I'm probably gonna mess up her name. Her name is Castor
Mayor.
Seminya.
Seminya,
Mm-hmm.
31, born as a biological woman from South Africa. She was recently denied the chance to compete in the Tokyo Olympics because she's said to be too mannish. So therefore, what we want to do is get everybody's thoughts on what they think about this situation. A little bit controversial, everybody don't hesitate to put your comments in the chat. But let's see who has the most worried look right now. Corey
I got
kind of
my
looking
vein popping
down.
out with this one.
Yeah, Corey kind of looking down. So let's start with
His
Corey. He's
vein?
looking down like he don't want to say nothing.
No. My wife sending me text messages like, "Listen, watch what you say. Be careful. Don't do nothing crazy." I look okay. So I brought this up to the group the other day because my old college roommate he put it on social media and his topic was, in a sense, our daughter's sports are now failed or now inundated with failed male athletes at this point because they want to switch over. Mm-hmm. So I mean, treading lightly on this. I mean, it's not like it's a secret that they're talking about it. So the quote was, "Here's another foolish issue." He said, "There are trans people who keep their male parts and insist on sharing the same locker room with women and also sharing the same sports arena, like as far as like swimming or a basketball team, basketball court, that, what have you." So now you have parents feeling like the best thing that's going to happen, their children are going to have to go for second place, I guess, because if you got, I ain't gonna lie to you, even at 45 years old, if I, put on a wig and I decide to be, listen, I'm scoring 45 points in the WNBA.
No, you're not.
I know, right? Them girls are good. I know, right? But I knock somebody down. But I don't know. I want to talk about this. Huh?
Joanna, man.
But I mean, I don't know how to feel about this. I have a daughter now. You see what I'm saying? But I got 2 sons also. If they decide to go, "Dad, I'm finna tuck this thing in and I'm going on the other team."
No hesitation. Dad, I'm finna tuck this in. Didn't your wife just tell you don't say anything?
Listen, what do I say? Do I support him or I go, "Hey man, can't do it"?
You
or
just said
do
support
I kill his
him.
dreams on wanting to play sports? You see what I'm saying? Because that's where we're going. That's where their head is. Like they want Leah Thompson to be able to play. To swim. But Casa Mayor, she can't run. She said, "This is not treading lightly." But what I'm saying is, how do you do this? Do you just say, "Well, he's going to tuck it in. He's going to swim, guys"? It's the same thing. So you got to take a couple of pills. I think, you have to lessen your estrogen or up your estrogen and lower your testosterone. Right. And then, then they got to check it to see if you have womaned up enough. They
didn't check with him.
Huh?
I'm sorry, her.
What do you do? Do I say, "Zach, come here, tuck it in"? Get in the pool. What do you do? What are we doing?
Nothing. It's a joke. I'm concerned for my son to grow up in this world, man. It's a joke. This shouldn't be allowed. I don't care. I'll be controversial. You said it's a controversial topic.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be allowed. It's a joke.
Yeah, it is. Go ahead. What if your son?
Dude, they made a movie about this. A comedy called Juwanna Mann.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was funny 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn,
20 years ago.
I'm getting old. But yeah, but then you're considered controversial for saying that, Larissa. I agree with you, Larissa. I'm not saying that, but identify as 12 and playing Pop Warner this year. That's right. South Park made a joke about this. They made Randy Orton transition and then wrestled, women. It's I can't say what I really want to say on the air. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
So
it's disgusting. I think it's horrible. And I think the women should boycott anytime they have one in there. Anytime they want to come out there and try to compete against them, I wouldn't compete.
My son tucked it in, G.
Wear shirts that
tucked it in.
Wear shirts that say no tuck jobs.
Yeah.
He tucked it in.
Sponsored by Corey Davis on it.
I know, right? I'm gonna be mad at you. My son just tucked it in. What do you want him to do?
Not tuck it in.
Go against the men.
Tuck it in.
That's simple. They made men and women's leagues for a reason.
They made men and women for a reason.
Yeah, not the crossover. So
there's a like I'm not saying it's still not easy to compete against women. Please don't get what we're saying construed. Like Corey just said, and we just said, WNBA's got ballers. Mm-hmm. There's talented women in this world. I know Brittany Griner, like we were talking about her, she would bust my butt in some one-on-one. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it just because it's too easy, he's picking on the women. No, but it's just wrong. Yeah. They got men's sports for a reason. Like they said, you got women's sports for a reason. You shouldn't be sharing the bathrooms. That's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't be. I mean, my God, I don't know. I'm only 27. This isn't the world I agreed to grow up in. Now I'm scared for my kid.
Yeah. They have to put a stop to it. I saw that the Florida governor actually came out, and I guess I don't know how he changed the ruling, but he changed the ruling and gave the young lady the win for the tournament. But it shouldn't be allowed. Plain and simple.
State Farm commercial. Well, he's a guy, so
yeah. Bruce Jenner won. Bruce,
remember the State Farm commercial? Jake from State Farm. That's all you got to say with the guy at the end. She sounds hideous. Well, he's a guy, so.
But peep the game, man. Peep this game. Okay, so
peep the tuck.
Bruce Jenner, the first year that he came out as, it's I don't know if he's considered trainee or what is he, but he was sportswoman of the year. Bruce Jenner was sportswoman of the year that year that he came out. I mean, he did that big ass speech and shit. I'm sorry. I mean, he did that speech, but you beat out real women, how? And then you the sportswoman of the year, but and now
he tucked it in.
Yeah, right. But this is the thing. So when I look at the chick, Leah Thomas, and you smash the record, I mean, not by hand or there was nobody swimming for 2 to 3 seconds, still coming in to touch the water. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, all right. Everybody else finished. She was, links. Then I have to ask myself, was that the dude in her that was just swimming her butt off?
Was that the dude in her?
Y'all get where I'm coming from.
G and I are dying at you right now, Corey.
But that's what I'm saying. When I watched that last race, I was like, no chick was, near it.
Well, he's a guy, so
that's why I have to go. That's the dude that's swimming right now. That dude is rolling. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said, Juwanna Man. In a sense, like I think
it's a great movie.
Dave Chappelle that his last comedy special. He was like, if LeBron James decided to play on the WNBA, he would average 80 points a game. You know what I'm saying? So
and that's while he's sitting out injured.
Yeah, that there's a difference. I know that we know that there's some great females that can ball, but there is a difference. I think we've said this before, and I think me and G we went at this once before about women being able to play in the NBA, but
right.
It's already not fair that women are looked at as by some people as like lesser human beings or less capable. None of us feel that way. I guarantee it. But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying. Like people, they get paid less.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that women aren't. It's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got men who have
failed being
they have made them the second class citizens as far as like the old ways, and now we're diving into tucking it in and stealing it, going into their sports, and
then she had a full leotard on, and then wear your shorts, put shorts on.
Wait. Was one person here? Was anybody talking about climate change, or are we talking about a certain topic?
No. Snack saying he don't want to talk about this. He said there's more than
Look, don't get that triggered, dude. He started with controversial topic.
Listen, I'll say this here. We did vet.
Nobody want to talk about climate change.
We knew it was gonna be, we knew this was gonna be hot. Listen, for those who are out there, look, my wife is blowing me up right now. I'm not doing it right. I get that.
There's not a right way to talk about this. You're going to piss off one side, or you're going to piss off the other side.
But this is how it starts.
In today's world, you cannot make everyone happy about talking about anything controversial. Somebody going to get hurt.
Listen, that is true. And I will say this here. And we understand the LGBTQ and some more letters, they will shut stuff down. They do a whole lot better job than most. But this is how it starts. Mm-hmm. You can't just sit there and not say anything just because it's tucked in. And I keep using that as because we don't know, but what else are they doing? Now, like you said, Simia, she shouldn't have been kept out. You're right, but they did that. They did her like that first, and we're using her because I ain't saying this racial thing or whatever because she's black, but they said her testosterone level was just way high. It's sort of like she been drinking. Your toxication level. It was just way high. You got too much.
That could have been for performance enhancing drugs. That could have been for other stuff. It's just so what. What I'm saying is like every athlete takes something.
You got too much Charles in you right now. That I don't know how else to put it. You see what I'm saying? And so they didn't let her compete with the women.
But they let this dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think they're gonna have to do something. They're gonna have to come up with some kind of rules, regulations, or something that make sure that it is.
How about have a transgender league?
That it stays fair.
How about have a transgender league?
If
you want to tuck it in, you play with other tuckers.
Yeah. If you want to, if they're gonna test her and say she had her level too high, then why did they test Leah to see if their level was too high? So you got to have some rules and regulations that you're going to put in place to make sure that it's fair. If family members out here want to see their kids compete, but they want to be able to compete fairly.
Thank you, Miss Davis.
They want to have that opportunity to win in the fair situation. So,
thank you, Miss Davis. Some women could just naturally kick our ass. Yes. As far as they're naturally most women are tougher than me. I'll admit my fiance's tougher than me. I'm scared of her sometimes.
Hey, some ladies get.
I said that because she's watching.
But I like what you said, Chuck. With that, let them start a transgender league.
Wasn't Chuck.
And I was you.
That was
It was
Big Country.
That was Big Country. My bad.
Yeah.
I like what you said, Big Country. Like let them start their own league.
The
Is
name
that
for that
fair?
league would be crazy. The team name.
I'm gonna say, is that what
Funny.
difference is transgender league versus Special Olympics or something like that? I mean, is that would they feel like they're being treated fairly?
Special Olympics is people. Well, Special Olympics they aren't treated fairly.
But what I'm
They have a
saying is
mental
they
disability
don't
that
want
can't
to be
compete
treated.
nowhere else.
But that's what I'm saying. But they'll feel like they're being treated like Special Olympics or something like that. You know, a special
Here's
needs.
the deal.
When
Here's
they
the
want-
deal. They're always going to feel like they're treated unfairly. There's always going to be someone in this world, and rightfully so, that are going to feel like they're treated unfairly. You can't make everybody happy.
Right.
Because
So
if you let them compete like they are right now, women, other people, us, we're going to feel like certain people are being treated unfairly.
Mm-hmm.
If we change it to the way that we're discussing, then other people are going to feel like they're treated unfairly.
So you're
There's
right.
a lose.
I think I know where you're going with this. At least this is how I feel. So if a woman decides to run in the 100 with the men, she'll be last every time.
No,
No.
that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you meant I was saying that. That's not what I'm saying.
That's what I said. I wanted to move in that direction, but what I'm saying is, like you said, we just let them compete. If a woman decides, listen, I'm a dude, you know, okay, you are a dude. Okay, line up, you know. What happens if she gets hurt? You know, or what happens when you lose heavily, you know? You feel what I'm saying? I'm saying let's reverse it. Let's reverse it. You know, all right. This girl, they show this girl a lot that can throw a football. You know, she can throw it. I mean, like far. You know what I'm saying? They say she got a great arm. You put her in the backfield and she gets hit by a cowboy. Then what happens?
They'll miss the tackle and the woman will win the game. You
Okay.
said a cowboy.
Okay, well listen. Yeah, she gets hit by a defensive end on the Cowboy squad.
We could jump off sides or miss the tackle.
But I got I guess what I'm getting at, it has to be fair on both ends. You know what I'm saying? If women decide that they want to, you know, compete with, if I was a dude, I want to, you know, now transition to a woman and compete with women, it's got to be the same when a woman decides to, you know, she's taking a lot of testosterone and now she got a mustache. I can play in the with the guys.
Have you ever tried stand-up comedy, Corey?
But that doesn't change.
Would be a great actor.
That doesn't change their strength and their bodily organs and all that, man. That
Start their own league.
yeah.
First team should be the New York Alphabets.
So, like Ms. Baker said, no, it's not fair for the women who are born naturally. They should have a Special Olympics for transgender or Gentile people. And then Snack Panther said, I think it would be unfair for Corey to compete in anything with that head.
100% agree. His head's like those strongest man competition, them like 800-pound boulders.
I like that comment, Mom. I like that comment. Start the league.
Start it.
And then we got the LA Tuckers going against the New York Alphabets in a best of 7 series.
Oh Lord.
Damn.
Oh Lord.
It fell out. It fell out. The tuck it in. Tuck it in.
Okay, moving on.
Tuck it in. Oh, you can't run.
Okay, moving on.
Chuck's done with us right now, Corey.
Dude with boobs. Lay him down.
This is going to be a fun mock draft whenever we do it on my
me.
channel. I'm telling you, it's going to be a fun mock draft.
You got to help me with that. I'm going to call you too, Zach. You got to help
All
me
right.
with it.
Call me after this.
Yeah.
All right, so one last quick topic. So it was, I think Dion went on the kind of like I guess you'd say a little rampage, and I saw some other people went on the rampage about there was HBCU pro days where some of the NFL teams chose not to show up and view these athletes from the HBCUs. I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was like 8 teams that decided not to.
Yeah,
10. 10.
It was
It actually
10?
ended up being 10.
Those 8 of them. 8 of them.
found-
24 sold up. Yeah, 24 sold up.
22. I thought 20. Okay,
24.
All right.
Yeah. So it's either 8 or 10 teams that decided not to show up to see these HBCU athletes. I know Dion has gone on record saying that he hoped that these teams that didn't show up don't be at the Ole Miss and Mississippi State pro days. If they do, he go call them out. So I guess what does anybody think about the fact that it's been some top caliber, and there's going to be some top caliber athletes that still come from HBCUs. Corey, you and I went to HBCU, and we've seen the top caliber athletes they can come out of HBCU. So, what are our viewpoints as far as these teams that chose not to come and show their faces and give these athletes a chance and to show their case their talent? Because as we know, they don't have an opportunity to go to the combines either, a lot of them. So what do we think about that, Corey? You got your hand raised up first, so go ahead.
I do. This is hot for me, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I've been reading all kind of articles, different, Bleacher Reports, different, just groups or whatever. So 11 months ago, Dion came up with this, HBCU combine, right? He came up with, he did a lot of leg work in terms of getting a combine for HBCUs or practically those who don't get a shot at being seen by a pro scout. So he personally reached out to all 30, 36 teams in the league, right? And they had a verbal agreement that, they were going to try to make this happen. So the NFL wanted to get involved initially. The NFL canceled, so a lot of scouts didn't show up because there was no media, a whole lot of media hype and media attention. But what the NFL wanted to do, they wanted to add the XFL, they wanted to add the Canadian players, and they wanted to add I can't remember, it was another portion to come
Arena.
to. Yeah, and so Dion was like, no, this is not for them. This is not a spectacle for pros that didn't make it. These are for college athletes that don't get a shot. They had their shot, not saying that they don't, they don't deserve it, but you shouldn't step out of this because, the XFL is not there, Canadian League, Arena League, because we're not adding that. Don't cancel these kids out. So what he ended up doing was, listen, we're going to host it at Jackson State. Come in, I have 36 scouts that are going to commit to, I got a table for everybody. I got a chance for them to be able to interview, talk to, and listen to these kids just like they do on, the big major teams or whatever, whatever. And when he found out that, 8 to 10 teams or 8 to 10 scouts failed in their agreement, then yeah, he went off. And I respect that all day long, because he's like, listen, we're working hard to give them the same shot as everybody else. Because I think he also added, he wanted 12 additional spots for HBCUs to be invited to the national combine. Right. And they did not agree to that. But, if the kid doesn't get seen, or if the kid doesn't get that quality to look at, how do they get the same shot? So when he called him out, and listen, I was all in agreement. I wish he had the names. Listen, Chuck, at Minnesota, you ain't show up. G at Dallas, you ain't show up. Same way. I think you should have called him out. But I mean, I know it gets a little petty with that. But I know he has been working hard to get those kids the same, quality shot like everybody else. So,
and he did, Corey. He did. Huh? He called out the Dolphins. He called out the Panthers, the Ravens, the Eagles, the Broncos, the Bucks, the Vikings, and the Browns.
Atlanta too. Atlanta didn't make it.
He didn't say Atlanta in there.
Atlanta. He's like, that was the team that drafted me. He talked. He didn't show up. My main squad didn't show up. I brought a lot to that city. He was really upset, and I was upset too when you call out, a city that I brought, I bloodshed for. So I mean, and then I got upset. I'm like, in the situation that Atlanta's in, you don't want to go look at nobody. Come on, man. But I can't be upset, but then I can be a little sensitive to it. because he said I gave y'all 11 months. You couldn't even send a representation of your team. It didn't have to be the main scout. Send me somebody. Minnesota sent. They wanted to talk, via Skype or hold the phone up. No, come here for one day and look at these kids for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And if I could just
hold on, my bad, Zach. My bad, Zach. On top of that, he provided transportation. Deion provided transportation, so there's no excuse. I'll pay for your ticket. I got somebody that I got what he had. Southwest. He said he has a sponsor with Southwest to get you here. So there was no excuse. At least that's how he was feeling. On top of that, we got somewhere for you to stay. I'm gonna feed you for the day, and I'm gonna get you back to where you got to be at in one day. I'm gonna add that. And then my bad, Zach. I didn't mean to cut you.
No, not a problem. I just wanted to give shout out and respect to a Cowboy. He made his bones with the Cowboys, winning Super Bowls with the Cowboys. Deion Sanders, for all the work he's doing, because it might not have worked out exactly how he wanted to the first time, right? The first year or two, he's building something. The fact you shouldn't be looking at the fact that there's 8 to 10 or 12 teams that didn't show up. Should be looking at the fact all the other ones that are that weren't before, right? There's progress coming. The Vikings are always going to be moribund franchise. So are the Falcons. So are other teams. The Dolphins. If these teams don't want, some people can't be helped. If they don't want. If you're a team that's been a bad organization for a long time, you're going to look anywhere. You should be stretching high, wide, and everywhere in between. It's not even about a racial thing or a HBCU. It's about go to the ends of the earth if you hear someone's talented, especially a guy like Deion Sanders, who's one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One of the best to ever do it. That if he's vouching for somebody, if I'm a scout, I'm going there and I'm going to see for myself. Yeah. It's not just about not getting the opportunities. It's if you got a guy who's a Hall of Famer who's telling you this, I'm going to listen. You know what I'm saying? But he's doing a great thing. There's definitely plenty of talent coming out of the HBCU league. Tremendous talent. There's been tremendous talent, Hall of Fame talent that has already come out of there. They're going to get more exposure. It's just I want you guys to try to keep in mind that it's a start, and you got to start somewhere. And Deion's doing a tremendous job, and I just wanted to give flowers to Deion Sanders and the whole HBCU for starting a great journey towards, getting the respect they deserve.
No, you're absolutely right, man. It's only up from here. Like you said, this is the first year that is done. He's done this, and to have 24 or 22 teams show up is a step in the right direction. And to see all the other HBCU coaches there as well representing was a beautiful sight to see. And like Big Country said, man, for those teams that did not come out there, you're doing your organization and your team a disservice by not trying to find the best talent out there. There is absolutely talent in the HBCU ranks, and they've shown it. They have Hall of Famers, and for you not to send a scout out to see them is disgraceful.
You know what else is a disgrace? Now they're getting 5-star recruits. That Deion's really getting the talent that D1 schools, that blue blood schools would get. If they still the next couple of years don't do this,
right,
you're on to something. That it's something bigger than football.
Well, bad organizations are going to bad organizations. Like that's what they're going to do. So you'll see what that will continue to go that way until they change the organization inside, man. So, man, like you said, kudos to Coach Prime, man, for doing what he's doing for the HBCUs in general and for the kids, man. These kids deserve chances.
It also shows he's not just trying to use it as a stepping stone in his career.
Exactly.
I was worried about that when he first started. He was just trying to get in the door and go to a better college. It shows how committed he is to doing what he really meant. And it makes you love and respect Deion even more because you really know he's a man of his word.
Right. He's all in.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what I was really impressed with when I kind of watched bits and pieces of that HBCU combine. It was one coach that stood out among the rest that he gains more and more respect from me over time. Bill Belichick was there, right? But you know how they say he gets so much respect for making players, you know, those 5th round, 6th round, 7th round picks that you never heard of, you know.
It's a field day for him.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. To him, he was like, listen, I see talent out here. It's not like he had to stay there the whole day. He came in there with one, you know, with one of his major scouts. I think it may have been 1 or 2 guys or whatever. They came, they saw what they were looking at, you know, they made their presence known, you know, Patriots was there. And he left. He didn't have to make a big, you know, fiasco about it, but he does a great job, like you said, with that 5th round, 6th round, 7th round picks, or that you know, the ones that didn't even get drafted. I watched you, I saw something in you, or whatever, and you leave. You know, you show that kind of respect, and you did. But I want to see. I'm hoping that one of them get picked up by the Pats, but he's done that over time. You know, making a 5th rounder a Hall of Famer. You know, in a sense, but. Yeah, I get what you're saying that for the first year, because I was upset at first, but now that you said that, you know, G have, you know, kind of expounded on that. Next year, hopefully, you know, as if you got 22, you'll have, you know, 27. I don't know, but
yeah.
It'll once that couple kids, the couple 5-star recruits and 4-star recruits that they got, once it's their junior, senior year, it'll be all 32 teams. You can book it.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
there's
I guess
also undeniable talent too to go with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're the owners are gonna make, even on those bad organizations, the scouts go see guys like that, franchise changing players
to underpay.
Well, I guess Corey, I'm kind of like you. You know, I'm HBCU born and bred, as you can see right there. Same family, different yard. We all HBCU. Correct. So my thing is I understand what G and Zach are saying, but coming from HBCU and putting this together, to me, I just think, yeah, I'm grateful that the scouts that came there, but for the ones that didn't come, to see these HBCUs, now you can find a diamond in the rough at HBCUs. I'm not saying you can't find them anywhere else, but you can find that diamond in the rough at HBCUs. And for the that didn't come there, I think that's just, to me, a slap in the face of what Deion is trying to do. He's done great things, no doubt about it. And I hope he keeps doing great things. But to me, it wouldn't have taken for them to come there for an hour just to show that they care and they want to give these guys the opportunity where they wouldn't have the opportunity another time. They could have done that.
It's also terrible.
I didn't know that Deion was flying them in, putting them up, and all this kind of good stuff. So you had no reason not to come.
No excuse.
It's also horrible scouting. They should be fired.
Yeah.
The scouts should be fired. You think about, take it to a different sport for a second. The MLB, they will literally go to a little league game in Timbuktu.
The globe. Yeah.
They will go anywhere. They'll go to Japan. They'll go anywhere. And Jerry Krause went how long to see Tony Kukoc play? And that was how long ago? You know what I'm saying? Like good scouts that build championship teams will come to talking with KPG if we're talking about a good one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They live and breathe prospect development and scouting.
I'll give you another one. Duke, they're from scouts are told to go anywhere. I give you Trajan Langdon. Remember him? He played in Alaska. They found that dude playing in Alaska.
The Knicks used the first-round draft pick this year on Rokas Jokubaitis. Do you have any idea who that is?
Rokas Jokubaitis?
Rokas Jokubaitis.
Are you saying a name?
He's a third-year Euro stash. He's now the EuroLeague MVP. He just turned 17. What I'm saying, nobody knew who he was.
Right.
When they drafted him, we were like, who the hell is this guy? Now we see he's winning EuroLeague MVP, and he's actually going to be good in a couple of years.
The next Luka Doncic?
No, but, you know, he's going to be solid. I'm just using an example of how
I'm saying Luka was
NFL
young too,
is so behind as far as scouting, player development, everything compared to other sports.
Yeah,
it's not even. It's the HBCU is horrible. I guess for Corey and Chuck, I won't understand. As far as I'm not HBCU. You know, I've never went to one, but I'm just saying it's bigger than that too, because they're just horrible scouting too. They won't go any. They don't give any. It's a lot of players that don't get a shot that were great, you know, and it's just ridiculous. You can't invite them to a combine. What's the combine supposed to do? Give prospects a chance to shine. It's already too long on TV, but we'll all watch it. Bits and pieces. Like, why can't you give another 150, 200 kids, whether it's HBCU or Division II, Division III?
Yeah.
What do you lose by having them work out with the big boys? What do you lose?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
You're only making more money because you're going to have more people watching TV for a longer time.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, guys. That was the last topic I had.
All
right, man.
the Cowboys.
I was going to talk about the Cowboys, but I left that out. I was going to talk about how disappointing y'all are doing in free agency for Zach. For that. I said Zach.
This just in. The Cowboys signed no one.
Hey, we signed our people back. We had 22 free agents. We let go of the people we didn't want.
Randy Gregory left us.
And we picked up James.
Y'all don't have enough.
You're delusional, bro.
Y'all don't have enough drugs.
I want to say you're manic. You're manic depressed right now. Everything's great. Randy Gregory spurned us. Cedric Wilson spurned us. We re-signed Leighton Vander Esch.
Yeah.
Y'all did?
Dak's gonna be Jamarcus Russell in the playoffs again.
So y'all signed Vander Esch instead of Bobby Wagner?
He's manic right now. It's a stage of depression and healing.
Okay.
He's a maniac on the floor.
We're doing great. We're doing great. We got Deron Curse back. Man, we're doing well, man.
Super Bowl, here we come.
Hey, we're running it back, baby. We're running it back. Running it back.
Running back to one and done?
No,
we're not even making the playoffs next year, Chuck. We're not making the playoffs next year.
Oh, we killing it. We killing it this year, dog. Just wait. Just wait.
You want to? I will bet you right now, and it's a small bet. I'll bet you $50 we don't make the playoffs.
I bet you wings and fries will make it.
You're not going to bet $50?
Wings
and fries? We do wings that we never pay up.
No, right? How many people I owe wings to?
We're like 14-hour drive away. How you going to buy me wings?
I owe some cake.
Hey, y'all got Uber Eats, right?
$50. Lock it in. Lock it in.
I Uber Eats you some wings.
Better be $50 worth of wings.
Hey, y'all. Appreciate you all rocking with us, my dogs. Episode 102 in the books. Snack Panther, my dog. Appreciate you rocking with us, homie. Hey, make sure Snack, I think you already did. You already subscribed. I seen you on there. Hey,
don't forget.
Mike.
Don't forget.
F stands for fact checker. What's that, big country?
Don't forget about the mock draft.
Oh, yeah. What we're doing it Monday?
Yep.
Monday.
28.
Look at their faces. Look at their faces.
A to Z Media Network and talking with KPG, whatever your name might be Monday. I don't know if it's going to be changed, but that we're going to be doing a mock draft. We're going to be all. It's going to be fun. We're going to be all in the same war room. 3 to 5 minute clock. We gotta decide on a pick together. It's gonna be
we're
chaos.
all on the same team.
Yes.
So we're
same
all
war
on the same
room.
Team, right?
For all 32
same
teams, first round.
Team.
It's gonna be
and
fantastic.
We're all on the same team, right? We're all picking for the same.
We're gonna crash and burn. I want to show fans how hard it is to really be in a war room and drafting.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that movie Draft Day? The Cleveland Browns?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun, Corey.
It's about to be fun.
Hey man, listen. I know I'm gonna bring the least amount of experience to this experience.
Corey, you're not gonna be by yourself, there, buddy.
the least. Look, I'm gonna say a name. Is he still playing? I'm with you though.
Pick up Myles Garrett. I think Myles Garrett in the 3rd round. Yeah.
Can we draft Brett Favre?
I know, right?
Siri, top 10 quarterbacks right now.
Dominique Wilkins. Who? We're doing fantasy.
Thank you for rocking with us. That's the producer of our guy over there, the big. What's your name? Let's see what your name is. I forgot your name again.
Mariota.
No, Spicy Chicken.
I was watching it. I went back and watched it.
He changed it. The Cadence Watson. That's Kanisha Davis is his producer, James Littlejohn. Vanessa Baker, welcome to the show, mom-in-law. We appreciate you rocking with us. Teresa Jones, I doubt. I'm sorry that you're losing right now in the tournament, but hey, your chances will probably go up a little bit tomorrow. Some people gonna lose, so be prepared for that. MJ, my dog, man, I love you. Thanks for rocking with us, baby. And who else was out there, man? We appreciate y'all. Thanks for rocking with us. Remember, we'll see y'all on Sunday.
Allow me to, man. Hey, mom. Hey, I'm glad you came on. You and Anthony. Thank you for rocking with us. I wanted, listen. I love you to death. Talk to you soon. I just want to say that before we dip.
You couldn't call afterwards?
No, I say something.
You couldn't have tucked it in until after the show.
Yeah, couldn't tuck it in. Yeah, I know you said it. I want to say it too. Say it to my brother.
Nah, we appreciate you for sure. And everybody will be back on Sunday, 8:00, and then a special show on my guy A to the Z Media Network's channel. Come check it out, man. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna do a mock draft. If you all do not know what a mock draft is, it's what the professionals do in the NFL. They predict who they're gonna pick, and they probably do like 6 or 7 mock drafts throughout the season. So we're gonna do our first mock draft. What in the world?
Yeah, that girl chicken wing. Yeah, that girl.
He tucked her in.
That's right. Shout out to Pookie and Ray Ray. All right. Hey, man, we love y'all. We'll check y'all on Sunday, baby. 8:00. Hey, y'all have a blessed one, baby. See y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
We'll take y'all out. I'll take you out.
Starting off fresh with KPG. We starting off fresh with KPG. We started off first talking with G. Then we went and added Corey. Added Prince, that's the KPG. We started off fresh with KPG. Added Prince, now it's KPG. And we just talking with KPG.
All right, y'all. Peace.
All right, fellas.
Memphis Grizzlies, but it on Brooklyn, dog.
All right, what's the score now?
123-109. Fourth quarter.
How much time left?
Like 3 minutes.
No, yeah, it's still a little bit time left. That's a
doggone,
lifetime.
The doggone Hawks, man. The loss to the dang on Pistons, man.
They'll come in.
Disappointing, man. Disappointing. I'm sorry. It's 4 minutes and 59 seconds. 5
Okay.
minutes.
All right, fellas. I gotta get ready for work. Good job,
Yes,
Chuck.
sir.
Good
All right,
job, Chuck. Way to hold it down.
All right, yeah. Have a good one, man.
All right, Brody.
Yeah, look, you took that controversial heat, not me. Now to just cool. All right, fellas.
All right, later.
Later.
Later.